Now that you have everything you need to run a successful web hosting business, let us talk a little bit about customers and customer support. And basically, we are going to be looking at customer support from technical issues, from the angle of technical issues. So customer support can be in the area of billing. Probably they made a payment and the account was still deactivated and things like that. That's a billing issue. It can be in terms of verification issues. If you need to verify your customers and the verification is not really working. So we have different areas of customer support. But then let's look at customer support from the technical angle. Now, there are a lot of technical issues that can come up when we talk about website hosting. So many. There are common hosting issues like the issues of DNS propagation and the issues of emails and things like that. But as a beginner in the web hosting industry, you want to launch your business this week and you really don't have that technical capacity to be able to handle all customer support request issues that come to your door. How do you do it and what do you do about this? Now, when you are a beginner, my advice to you is that you should go for a reseller web hosting package that has a managed service. Now, I have said that you should always go for a VPS server when you are starting your web hosting business from experience. When you go for a VPS server, there are two kinds of VPSs you can go for. There is a VPS server that is unmanaged. That means that you want to act as the administrator of your VPS server. Now, unmanaged VPS servers are usually cheaper than managed VPS servers. They are usually cheaper. The moment you go for a managed VPS provider or a managed VPS service, you'll find out that the cost of the VPS goes up. So what they are saying in essence is that in the terms of an unmanaged service, you are expected to troubleshoot your server yourself. You are expected to install your server yourself. You are expected to do all of those things on your server yourself. If there are technical issues, you are expected to fix them yourself. The provider is only responsible for making sure that your server is online. As long as your server is online, their job stops there. Any other thing you need to do on top of that server, it has to be done by you, and that means you have to have basic Linux experience. So if you are a beginner, you can decide to take a basic Linux server course like the one we have on the YouTube channel here, or you can just go for an unmanaged service. Well, when you go for an unmanaged service, the advantage is this. Each time a client has an issue and you don't know what to do, you also request support about that issue. And then from the answers you get, you can resolve your client's issues in real time. And that makes it very, very interesting and very, very simple. So each time there is a problem, you bump the problem to someone else who has more experience than you do. And then once the problem is resolved, you give the solution of that problem to your client and the issue is resolved at that point. So it makes it very interesting. It makes it very simple. Now, if you want to go for an unmanaged service on Holcomb, for instance, you would see the pricing here is just 8,500 per month for a 200 gig RAM, just as an example. But then when you get for the reseller, you now see that this is a managed reseller service. So it's managed. And then it means that if you have issues with support, you can bump the issues back to the provider here, and then the provider helps you out with the business. So with the problems. So that's how to have a technical support to your customers as a starter web hosting business. Just go for something that is managed. And then as you go through the business and you encounter those problems, you see the solutions to the problems, it makes you understand a lot of the technical issues and common issues that come up. And then you can start building knowledge base on how to solve those issues. Another very good way to know how to deal with technical issues and how to handle technical issues is that for whatever control panel you use, for instance, this is CWP, and then the website is, let's just do control web panel. For whatever control panel that you use, find out if that control panel has a support service. Now, for control panels like cPanel, where you pay top dollar every month, they have a support service. So when a customer comes with a technical issue, you can take that issue directly to the control panel provider and they will help you with it. But for a service like CWP that does not really have that kind of support, what you want to do is that you want to go to the forums. They have a forum and then they have documentation. So you want to read up on the documentation and see how things are done. Most of the common problems you would have has already been answered in the documentation. You can see this is the admin guide for CWP, and then everything you probably want to think of has been answered in the guide. And then for the user side of the CWP, you have all these things there, and most of the things that you would want to think about has been done. If you want to be a reseller, this is a guide for it. If you want to be a developer, this is a guide for it. Then they also have a forum. There's a forum where they have all those let me see if I can get the forum. There's a forum that CWP has. Yes, if you come under resources here, you can just go to the forum and then you can create an account on the forum. So once you create an account on the forum, each time you have issues, you can post your issues to the forum and someone will attend to those issues. If the issue has already been answered, someone will point you to, okay, do this or do that, or read this documentation or watch this video. And then based on the answer you get, you can go ahead and solve the technical problems that your customers bring to your door. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.